Hello guys, today I'm going to talk about the variables in the Kotlin. As you know, in the programming we have a different type of the variables like integer, boolean, a string, double, and so on. So in the Kotlin, for declaration the variables, we use the var keyword, right? And the variables name, for example, first, and the value of the variables. So here, for having a different type of the variables in the Kotlin, we can declaration the variables, what kind of the variables we can have it. For example, if I want to have a string, I just put the string as a value, right? If I want to have a integer value variables, we can put the value, for example, the numbers. So the second variables, the value of the second variables is an integer, so the second variables is integer, right? For having, for example, boolean variables, we can just put the for example, false or true value for the third variables. Down we have a boolean variables here. So this is the easy way to having a different type of the variables in the programming which the Kotlin provide for us. So now we want to work with these variables, right? For example, I have two variables. The first variable is, for example, 2, and the second variables equals to 12. So now we want to, for example, multi or sum these variables together, right? For example, in the Kotlin, for having the function or declaration function, we just use the keyword fun and the function name, for example, sum, right? This is the function we can use in the Kotlin. So in this function, I want to sum of the first of my variables. For example, I can plus the print for showing the result of this sum. I want to say first plus second, and shows on the print, right? Now we can, for calling this function, we just write the name of the function in the uncreate. Then when we want to run the project, or when run the project, we can see the result. Just waiting. See, if I go, I'm going to the log file. We can see the result here. See, the system output is 14. So now I want to show the, for example, a string value in the log file. For example, variables third equals hello Kotlin guys, for example. Then I put here and delete this one and call the function again. Termination, then run. Now we have the hello Kotlin guys here. So guys, now we want to talk about the val as a definition for variables. We work with the var, right? Now we want to work with the val. What is the val? For having the immutable variables, we use the keyword val as a for definition variables, right? That means when you put the val keywords for the variables, for example, first variables, then you give the value to the variables, for example, 1, 2, 3, then this value of the variables never be changed. It cannot be changed. For example, in the main function, I want to change the first variables to, for example, 5456. It says it cannot be changed. So we have two types of the keywords for definition or declaration variables, var and val, right? So var is can be used for changeable value of the variables, but for val the value never be the value of the variables never be changed. So, and yeah, for example, I have a val desert as a variables name, and the value of the variables can be, for example, kotlin, right? If I want to try it again to change it, it cannot possible. For example, to Java, it cannot possible to change a value of the variables.